The Song of Roland. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Joy Chan. The Song of Roland. Anonymous. Translated by Charles Kenneth Scott Moncrief. Pagans are fled, enangered and enraged. Home into Spain with speed they make their way. The Count Rolands he has not given chase, for Veillantif his charger they have slain. Will he or nill, on foot he must remain. To the Archbishop Turpin's he goes with aid. He's from his head the golden helm unlaced, taken from him his white hauberk away, and cut the gown in strips, was round his waist, on his great wounds the pieces of it placed. Then to his heart has caught him and embraced. On the green grass he has him softly laid. Most sweetly then to him has Roland prayed. "Ah, gentle sir, give me your leave, I say. Our companions, whom we so dear praised, are now all dead, we cannot let them stay. I will go seek and bring them to this place, arrange them here in ranks before your face." Said the Archbishop, "Go and return again. This field is yours and mine now. God be praised." So Rollanz turns through the field all alone, searching the vales and mountains. He is gone. He finds Gerin, his companion. Also he finds Berenger and Othon. There too he finds Ancet and Sanson, and finds Gerard the Old of Roussillon. By one and one he's taken those barons. To the Archbishop with each of them he comes. Before his needs arranges every one. That Archbishop he cannot help but sob. He lifts his hand, gives benediction. After he said, "Unlucky lords your lot, but all your souls he'll lay, our glorious Lord, in Paradise, his holy flowers upon. For my own death such anguish now I've got, I shall not see him, our rich Emperor." So Roland turns, goes through the field in quest. His companion Olivier finds at length. He has embraced him close against his breast. To the Archbishop returns as he can best. Upon a shield he's laid him by the rest. And the Archbishop has them absolved and blessed. Whereon his grief and pity grow afresh. Then says Rollanz, "Fair comrade Olivier, you were the son of the good Count Rainier, who held the march by the vale of Runier, to shatter spears, through buckled shields to bear, and from hauberks the mail to break and tear, proof men to lead and prudent counsel share, gluttons in field to frighten and conquer. No land has known a better chevalier." The Count Rolands, when dead he saw his peers, and Oliver he held so very dear, grew tender and began to shed a tear. Out of his face the colour disappeared, no longer could he stand for so much grief. Will he or nill, he swooned upon the field. Said the Archbishop, "Unlucky lord indeed." When the Archbishop beheld him swoon, Rollant, never before such bitter grief he'd had. Stretching his hand, he took that olifant. Through Roncesvaux a little river ran. He would go there, fetch water for Rollant. Went step by step, to stumble soon began. So feeble he is, no further fare he can. For too much blood he's lost, and no strength has. Ere he has crossed an acre of the land, his heart grows faint. He falls down forwards, and death comes to him with very cruel pangs. The Count Rolands wakes from his swoon once more, climbs to his feet, his pains are very sore. Looks down the vale, looks to the hills above. On the green grass beyond his companions he sees him lie, that noble old baron. 'Tis the Archbishop, whom in his name wrought God, there who proclaims his sins and looks above. joins his two hands to heaven, holds them forth, and paradise prays God to him to accord. Dead is Turpin, the warrior of Charlemagne, in battles great and very rare sermons, against pagans, ever a champion. God grant him now his benediction. The Count Roland sees the Archbishop lie dead, sees the bowels out of his body shed, and sees the brains that surge from his forehead. Between his two armpits, upon his breast, crossways he folds those hands so white and fair, then mourns aloud, as was the custom there. Thee, gentle sir, chevalier nobly bred, to the glorious celestial I commend. Ne'er shall man be that will him serve so well, since the apostles was never such prophet, to hold the law and draw the hearts of men. Now may your soul no pain nor sorrow ken, finding the gates of paradise open. Then Rollanz feels that death to him draws near, for all his brain is issued from his ears. He prays to God that he will call the peers, bids Gabriel, the angel, to himself appear, takes the olifant that no reproach shall hear, and Durendal in the other hand he wields. Further than might a crossbow's arrow speed, goes towards Spain into a fallow field, climbs on a cliff, where, under two fair trees, 4 terraces of marble wrought he sees. There he falls down and lies upon the green. He swoons again, for death is very near. High are the peaks, the trees are very high. 4 terraces of polished marble shine. On the green grass Count Rollant swoons thereby. A Saracen him all the time espies, who feigning death among the others hides. Blood hath his face and all his body dyed. He gets afoot, running towards him hies. Fair was he, strong and of a courage high. A mortal hate he's kindled in his pride. He seized Rollant, and the arms were at his side. "Charles' nephew," he said, "here conquered lies. To Araby I'll bear this sword as prize." As he drew it, something the Count descried. So Rollant felt his sword was taken forth, opened his eyes, and this word to him spoke: "Thou'rt never one of ours, full well I know." Took the olifant, that he would not let go, struck him on the helm, that jewelled was with gold, and broke its steel, his skull and all his bones. Out of his head both the 2 eyes he drove. Dead at his feet he has the pagan thrown. After he said: "Culvert, thou wert too bold. Or right or wrong, of my sword seizing hold, They'll dub thee fool, to whom the tale is told. But my great one, my olifant, I broke, fallen from it the crystal and the gold." Then Rollanz feels that he has lost his sight, climbs to his feet, uses what strength he might. In all his face the colour is grown white. In front of him a great brown boulder lies, whereon 10 blows with grief and rage he strikes. The steel cries out, but does not break outright. And the Count says: "Saint Mary, be my guide! Good Durendal, unlucky is your plight. I've need of you no more, spent is my pride. We in the field have won so many fights, combating through so many regions wide, that Charles holds, whose beard is hoary white. Be you not his that turns from any in flight. A good vassal has held you this long time. Never shall France the free behold his like." Rollant hath struck the Sardonyx terrace. The steel cries out, but broken is no ways. So when he sees he never can it break, within himself begins he to complain: "Ah, Durendal, white art thou, clear of stain, beneath the sun reflecting back his rays. Immortal was Charles in the vale, when from heaven God by his angel bade him give thee to a count and capitaine. Girt thee on me that noble king and great. I won for him with thee Anjou, Bretagne, and won for him with thee Peyto the Main, and Normandy, the free for him I gained. Also with thee Provence and Aquitaine, and Lombardy and all the whole Romaine. I won Béver, all Flanders in the plain, also Burguine, and all the whole Priene. Constantinople that homage to him pays, in Saxony all is as he ordains. With thee I won him Scotland, Ireland, Wales, England also, where he his chamber makes. Won I with thee so many countries strange, that Charles holds, whose beard is white with age. For this sword's sake sorrow upon me weighs. Rather I'll die than it mid pagans stay. Let God Father never let France be shamed. Roland his stroke on a dark stone repeats, and more of it breaks off than I can speak. The sword cries out, yet breaks not in the least. Back from the blow into the air it leaps, destroy it can he not, which when he sees, within himself he makes a plaint most sweet. Ah, Durendal, most holy, fair indeed! Relics enough thy golden hilt conceals, Saint Peter's tooth, the blood of Saint Basile, some of the hairs of my lord, Saint Denis, some of the robe was worn by Saint Mary. It is not right that pagans should thee seize. For Christian men your use shall ever be, nor any man's that worketh cowardice. Many broad lands with you have I retrieved, which Charles holds, who hath the great white beard. Wherefore that king so proud and rich is he. But Roland felt that death had made a way Down from his head till on his heart it lay. Beneath a pine running in haste he came. On the green grass he lay there on his face, His olifant and sword beneath him placed, Turning his head towards the pagan race. Now this he did in truth, that Charles might say, As he desired, and all the Franks his race. Ah, gentle Count, conquering he was slain! He owned his faults often and every way, And for his sins his glove to God upraised. But Rollant feels he's no more time to seek. Looking to Spain he lies on a sharp peak, And with one hand upon his breast he beats. Mea culpa, God, by thy virtues clean me from my sins, the mortal and the mean, Which from the hour that I was born have been Until this day when life is ended here. Holds out his glove towards God as he speaks. Angels descend from heaven on that scene. The Count Rolands beneath a pine he sits, Turning his eyes towards Spain he begins, Remembering so many diverse things, So many lands where he went conquering, And France the Douce, the heroes of his kin, And Charlemagne, his lord who nourished him. Nor can he help but weep and sigh at this, But his own self he's not forgotten him. He owns his faults and God's forgiveness bids. Very Father, in whom no falsehood is, Saint Lazaron from death thou didst remit, And Daniel save from the lion's pit. My soul and me preserve from all peril, And from the sins I did in life commit. His right hand glove, to God he offers it. Saint Gabriel from's hand hath taken it. Over his arm his head bows down and slips. He joins his hands, and so is life finished. God sent him down his angel cherubim, And Saint Michael we worship in peril, And by their side Saint Gabriel alit. So the Count's soul they bear to Paradise.